Greetings, exiles, sexiles, and fine textiles everywhere. It is I, Babylonia, and I bring you tidings from Funcom by way of the Conan Exiles Enhanced Free Visual Upgrade coming to Steam May 5th, 2026. So we've got this upgrade coming. It's jacking everything up in Conan Exiles to Unreal 5. And it's going to be 60 plus frames per second gameplay on low, medium, high, and ultra settings. We're looking at visual enhancements all around. It looks fantastic, to be perfectly honest with you. Now, those that might not know, if you look back at the very beginning of the channel, you'll see that I've been a Funcom fan for a very, very long time. In fact, some of my favorite games, my top 10 favorite games, if I had to rank them, would be stuff like the early levels of Age of Conan, where I played a mage with a two-handed sword, and the death animations were on point, all right? And then there was the Secret World, the original version. I don't know a whole lot about the new version, but the original version. And it was this incredible mythic story where at one point I remember I was literally getting quests from a guy who reminded me of Stephen King with a shotgun in a lighthouse. So when Conan Exiles came out, I was all over it. And not only was I all over it, but my sons were all over it, as was my girlfriend. And we played, we made private servers, we built like crazy. It was freaking amazing. We were also part of a large group of people who played on private servers and did blitz engagements, which for us anyway was an invited group of people, I think up to 16 or so at a tight, and we would play for 3 or 4 days, get all prepped in like a battle area, and then we would wage war against one another with the trebuchet and the thralls, and it was often quite janky, but it was shitloads of fun and the kind of PvP that you look for in games like this when you can curate that experience. So we're looking at this as a free anniversary gift from Funcom to us, the lovers of this game. I personally have well over 2,000 hours in it. Haven't played it in over a year now, but am looking forward to getting back to it. In fact, there's been some rumblings behind the scenes here at Babylonia Incorporated, I guess, where we're going to go to 7 days a week of streams, and we're going to reserve Tuesdays for Conan Exiles going forward. The private server, the whole mess. We're going to start out vanilla, and we're going to go from there, but it's going to be a fantastic time. So let's briefly go over what's happening in the Conan Exiles world with this update, this enhanced version, and we'll see if the juice is worth the squeeze, as they say in some early quest in Starfield, right? So we're looking at new enhanced visuals. We're looking at some new features, direct travel between SIPTA and the Exiled Lands. No more like having to run 2 servers, or if you host a server with G-Portal or whatever, you've got to like pick which map you want to use before you start hosting that server, and all the players are limited to that server for the time being. Now we're going to be able to go back and forth via teleports. We're going to have support right out of the box for all of the packs and whatnot that have been released in the past. If you bought it, it's going to be supported. So all of the different skin packs for clothing and outfit and armor, weapons, as well as the building materials. An enhanced endowment slider. I'm not really sure what that's all about, but it is on brand for Funcom and Conan Exiles. So here we go. Major gameplay features. You're going to be able to craft and build from storage, which is something that Conan Exiles players have been asking for years, and we're finally getting it. And how awesome is that? But basically, this is coming out on the 5th. It's a free upgrade for anyone who has the Steam version, and in the future, anyone who purchases Conan Exiles. And it's going to be a blast because basically, the worlds are going to merge. We're going to have multiple characters per server right out of the box. No mods, none of that kind of stuff. No fiddling around with like Steam sub-accounts and all this kind of nonsense to try to get multiple characters on your RP servers. We're going to have a new revamped character interface. I'm going to link the video in the chat below, and you guys can watch and make up your minds on that yourselves. I personally thought it looked really cool, and I can't wait to give it a try. However, I will say it has been a struggle to get used to the new building interface that a lot of people really like, so it's possible Bubbles has very different taste than the average Conan Exiles enjoyer. The other thing we're going to be doing is modding support is going to be built in, supposedly, from launch with a whole new version of their mod dev kit, and they have been working with, apparently, some of the major and popular mods so that they will be ready at launch. I can only assume that includes Pippi or whatever passed for Pippi nowadays. Excuse me if I'm a little out of the old Exile loop, but yeah, the reduced client size. This is huge. I don't really understand this. I'm like a modding guy, and I understand how save files balloon up, and I kind of halfway beginner to intermediate understand the creation kit, but somehow going from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5 is dropping the file size from like 112, 115 gigs on Steam all the way down to 40. How cool is that? Hopefully, at half its previous size or less, it should run a lot better and be a lot more stable. It's going to include bug fixes, of course, lots of quality of life improvements. Those are fun words, right? Quality of life improvements. I'm hoping for the best. I have no idea exactly what's in store. I wasn't part of any beta or alpha for this particular thing, so I wouldn't know. But as a fan, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, or at least my toes, right? Platform-wise, this is the important part, you guys. It's only on Steam, okay? If you own it on Epic, if you own it on the Microsoft Store for PC, neither one of those things are getting this update to start. All right, and that goes double for consoles like Xbox, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. They do say that if there is enough interest or whatever down the road, it's possible that this might be a thing that is brought to those other platforms in the future. And that becomes important because if you skip all of this particular stuff and get down to here, you'll note that on the 4th of May, May the 4th be with you, people. May the 4th be with you, my friends. Sorry. Can't help it. I'm excited. This is cool, right? Like, it's been a hell of a week for the Bubble Cat. Now I'm getting this, too. Get out of town by sundown. There's going to be some Conan going down in this house. So, on the 4th, they're bringing the servers down. That's on the PC version. And it's going to update the entire code base and database to Unreal 5, including our characters. This is important. Once this happens, there's no way to take the character back to the Conan Exiles legacy servers, the Unreal 4. So to keep your characters in legacy, you need to remove it from the server prior to May 4th. And you can do this with the server transfer tool. Then you'll be able to migrate your character to the Conan Exiles legacy private server or single player game after the update. And that's important. Pay attention to that if that matters to you. If your computer's a potato, no shame on the potatoes. My computer's a medium potato at this point, but I get it. If your computer's a potato and you don't think you can play it, make sure you back up your characters, and you can import that into a single player game or a private server running the legacy code after the 4th, presumably relatively quickly, but I have no idea. You'll retain your character level, your progress, your inventory, and your followers, and all that kind of stuff. But you won't be able to retain your bases or any other items that you placed in the world, so make sure you dismantle all that stuff and then store all that stuff in your followers' inventories, in your rhinos, in your elephants, in your thralls. Do what you got to do. Private server owners are going to have the option to continue playing in Unreal 4 using the Conan Exiles Legacy server, which is why I said it's going to be a pretty quick turnaround when you can upload those characters back to your single-player game or a private server after this update. So they will have the option to stay with Legacy and then move up to Unreal 5 if that's what they want to do. When they move up to Unreal 5, then the game will continue to get updates and whatnot as normal, which is great news for fans like me who've waited a year and kind of wondered what's the plan long term for Conan Exiles. You know, at one time it had a battle pass and that went away. The Age of Sorcery was really awesome in some ways, and kind of had a few problems here and there in some other ways. So, like, where's this all going? Now we know there's going to be potentially further development down the road. Most of all, existing saves will carry over if you upgrade to the Unreal 5 edition on Steam. Everything will carry forward. Character followers and bases should not be affected. Again, keep your fingers crossed, or your toes. This is the real world, and this is computer gaming, and these are incredibly complex pieces of code, tens of millions, if not 100 million lines long. Things can and do happen, so gauge your expectations accordingly. Take whatever precautions you feel you need, and so on. Because the two servers or world spaces, the maps, are merging together now, SIPTA and the Exiled Lands, and there'll be teleports between the two of them. If you have a base and that type of stuff on SIPTA, that will be gone, and your character will appear in the desert in the Exiled Lands, along with your thralls and your followers and your pets and all that kind of stuff, presumably, based on the way this is worded. Because they're having to put all of this on one Unreal 5 version of Conan Exiles map, the coordinate system is going to change. And when that happens, your old stuff on SIPTA will be changed. The coordinate system will presumably remain the same for Exiled Lands, which is why they can promise that you're going to be able to carry over your bases and all of that kind of stuff if your base is on the Exiled Lands. So we're looking forward to this. This is going to be something pretty crazy. Make sure you check the link in the description below to read from the document that I'm reading on the Conan Exiles website. I'll also link the video directly out because it's awesome and you should definitely check it out. The Exiled Lands Enhanced looks amazing in Unreal 5. I don't know a whole lot about the capabilities of what we're going to see under the hood yet, but I suppose from the video that we're seeing, if all goes well, it's going to be a hell of a time, and it's going to upgrade us to something that is visually stunning for 2026. So stay tuned to this channel, and stay tuned to Funcom, and stay tuned to your Steam account if you've already got Conan Exiles, because starting after the 5th, we're going to be doing 1 day a week of, strictly speaking, Conan Exiles content. And judging by the way things are going, we'll probably end up setting up a private server on the media box north of us in Bubbleside Mountain, I think it's called nowadays, that my son runs up there. It's a box that we host all of our media stuff on. So we'll be able to log in and share that out with friends or whatever and build. And we're going to run vanilla to start, so no stress there. We're going to run PvE for now, just so we can explore and have a good time and check out how hopping between the two maps works and all that kind of stuff. Down the road a little bit, who knows? If we have a good time and there's some interest and some friends want to join in with the fun, we may set up some Blitz servers and have ourselves fun little weekend parties once every 6 or 8 weeks. Anything's possible. So thanks for listening. Thanks for checking out the videos. I've been Bubbalonia. You've been awesome, and I adore you. Check me out on, for now, Wednesdays for Wednesdays in the Wasteland, Fallout 4. Fridays for Friday Night Fights. That could be anything, Fallout 4, Starfield, or Skyrim. Tonight, it's Fallout 4. Saturdays in the Starfield, and Sundays in Skyrim. And I'll catch you in the next video.